Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. December 12th. A Common Solution. The tremendous fact for every one of us is that we have discovered a common solution. We have a way out on which we can absolutely agree and upon which we can join in brotherly and harmonious action. This is the great news this book carries to those who suffer from alcoholism. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 17. The most far-reaching 12th step work was the publication of our big book, Alcoholics Anonymous. Few can equal that book for carrying the message. My idea is to get out of myself and simply do what I can. Even if I haven't been asked to sponsor and my phone rarely rings, I am still able to do 12-step work. I get involved in brotherly and harmonious action. At meetings, I show up early to greet people and to help set up, and to share my experience, strength, and hope. I also do what I can with service work. My higher power gives me exactly what he wants me to do at any given point in my recovery. And if I let him, my willingness will bring 12-step work automatically. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, December 12th. Whenever we Alateen members met with Al-Anon, I felt doubtful. I didn't think adults could help me in any way because they were sure to have the same sick attitudes as my alcoholic parents. I would think to myself, oh great, here we go again. But I was the one with the sick attitude. I had closed my mind, not only to my parents, but to all adults. I brought this attitude to meetings, so I didn't learn a thing. I had to deal with my old resentments before I could recognize the wonderful gift Al-Anon was offering. Here were people who could help me heal the wounds my parents' drinking had left, and help me to know that it is safe to be a part of my world. It took discipline and courage to stop pushing every adult away. But because I made the effort, I began to see that adults are human too. I have even begun to believe that my parents are doing the best they can, and I can love them the way they are without having to change them or myself. Today's reminder: Al-Anon helps me to see things as they are. The people in my life aren't the way I sometimes think they should be. With Al-Anon's help, I can love them for who they are instead of who I think they should be. There is a quote from Kenneth S. Davis, and it reads, "Life truly lived is a risky business, and if one puts up too many fences against risk, one ends by shutting out life itself." Just for today, Daily Meditations for Recovering Addicts, December 12th. Fear of Change. By working the steps, we come to accept a higher power's will. We lose our fear of the unknown. We are set free. Basic text, page 16. Life is a series of changes, both large and small. Although we may know and accept this fact intellectually, chances are that our initial emotional reaction to change is fear. For some reason, we assume that each day and every change is going to hurt, causing us to be miserable. If we look back on the changes that have happened in our lives, we'll find that most of them have been for the best. We were probably very frightened at the prospect of life without drugs, yet it's the best thing that's ever happened to us. Perhaps we've lost a job that we thought we'd die without, but later on we found greater challenge and personal fulfillment in a new career. As we venture forth in our recovery, we're likely to experience more changes. We will outgrow old situations and become ready for new ones. With all sorts of changes taking place, it's only natural to grab hold of something, anything familiar, and try to hold on. Solace can be found in a power greater than ourselves. The more we allow changes to happen at the direction of our higher power, the more we'll trust that those changes are for the best. Faith will replace fear, and we'll know in our hearts that all will be well. Just for today, when I am afraid of a change in my life, I will take comfort from knowing that God's will for me is good. Today, Emotions Anonymous, December 12th. The program is like a seed or young plant in the ground. If I am upset, I can't even think straight. It is important for me to quiet down, to be receptive to what is being said to me. First things first. To receive the message, I must be like the soft, rich earth, pliable, open, willing, and honest. Later on, I have to weed out attitudes which can choke out sanity, like anxiety and temper. For many, the promise of sanity is snatched away from them almost immediately by personalities taking over before principles have even had a chance to grow. Am I allowing the roots of my program to go down deep? Am I feeding my program with the spiritual nourishment provided by the steps and program literature? Meditation for today. Help me to absorb the sunshine of the fellowship. Today I will remember, I will relax and watch my seeds grow. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics' dysfunctional families. December 12th. Tradition 5. I give it away to keep it. Recovery. BRB page 513. When we come to ACA, we are hurting. We find others like ourselves because we learn to trust these people. We gradually allow ourselves to open up and share our deepest secrets. But in some cases, people we've grown close to leave, and we feel abandoned, just as in our childhoods. We wonder if we should go too. Maybe we've done all we can and should move on. Maybe this ACA program isn't the answer to everything. Maybe we aren't having the big aha moments anymore. So why should we stay when others might not? Because this abandonment we feel is different. We are using new tools that help us work through these feelings. Everyone doesn't have the same path, and we can feel sad when people leave and hope they find what works for them. But for us, ACA is the healthy choice. We decide to stay, first for ourselves and then for others. We give back what we've gotten to the next person who comes through the door. These are our peers. We may not all look and act alike, but it's amazing the help we can give one another. By being there for others in recovery, we learn more about ourselves. The affirmation reads, on this day, I will rededicate myself to my recovery in ACA. I know This is where I belong. Please share, subscribe, and like. And remember that recovery is absolutely possible, one day at a time, and that you are not alone.